This is Open Ears, a podcast by Crash Ensemble. My name is Alain McFadden, musician and producer of Open Ears. On this 5th episode of Season 3, I chatted with musician and songwriter Dani Larkin. Together, we listened to Linda Buckley's Chrysalism from Crashlands. Hello,
Whoop.
Dani. How's it going?
Hello, Alan. Oh, yeah. Hello. It's so lovely to be here.
It's so nice. Yeah. I'm really glad. It's a kind of a grey, blustery, Octobery day, but it's just the right weather for coming inside with friends. You know?
Yeah, and it's so gorgeous to be in Galway with you.
Yeah.
You know, our lives are kind of in green rooms or in vans, and it's nice to be still and
So nice.
you know, have low lighting.
Low lighting, you know, fire on, dog pattering downstairs.
Yeah,
It's gorgeous. There's the rain
And
now as
the
well.
rain.
Sure, look, here we are, the west of Ireland. Delighted you're here. You were in Galway having a bit of a rest, and I'm really glad we could just hang out for a day. It's always so nice.
Yeah, I mean, it's just like friendship is such a gift, right? And I mean, for me, these are the moments that the world is made up of.
Yeah.
You know, actually just taking a day with friends and listening to lovely music and having gorgeous cups of tea, eating tea, drinking tea and eating biscuits.
That's what it's all about.
Yeah.
So, you've done stuff with Crash Ensemble before, right?
Yeah, really had a really gorgeous time. Crash commissioned me last year to do a piece for their Lighthouse postcards, which was really, really lovely. And the first time that I'd ever kind of stepped into the world of composition, even really in that way, because I'm all self-taught and play by ear. It was a real first for me, and I wrote for cello, clarinet, and trombone, and I just love those instruments. And it was really cool to get to work with the Crash team on that and realise, you know, something that had existed in my head with real players. Like,
Amazing.
that's a big jump. So yeah, it was really cool.
How long was the process, like working with them, or was?
Yeah, I think all in all, it was probably 6 months. So it went from, time of writing the piece and then workshopping the piece and then the performance of the piece. And that was probably over a 6-month period, with lots of emails in between.
Yeah.
You know, but I think there's nothing quite like the value of being in a room, listening to your piece being performed, which is really, you know, because I come from the world of singer-songwriter, it's a very different space to be in,
For
you
sure.
know.
Yeah.
Something I'm really curious about and really want to do more of.
Cool.
But to get the chance to be able to do that, and to learn as well, you know, you have to really write all of the things that are in your head, rather than, you know, assuming that people will understand the feeling or the emotion or all and all of that stuff. So, delighted to be on the podcast as well. It's really lovely.
I guess it's like, it's a different thing to songwriting, like you're saying. I mean, because there's feeling kind of brought out already through the lyrics of the song, or there can be, you know, and it's like learning how to communicate that in the other way is with music is amazing.
Absolutely. And, you know, even as a songwriter, I've worked with both the Ulster Orchestra and the RTE Concert Orchestra, and those are two very different experiences then from going, you know, being the artist and performer where people are kind of gathering around your work, and you might be working with an arranger or a composer to kind of realise those compositions on a larger scale. Then it's almost this kind of very intimate and almost vulnerable thing to then move into the space of composition as a songwriter, to write for 3 instruments, and realise that it's a very different way to communicate the spectrum of emotion. As you said, like, you know, we have the lyrics that convey so much in songwriting, and then moving into a space where you know, for me, everything is almost narrative from a songwriting experience, and then take the lyrics away. Then how do you convey that or connect with people? I'm still not sure. But the fact that it happens, I think, is just a really powerful thing.
Yeah,
you know.
for sure. Well, will we have a listen to some music?
No, I could be tempted.
Amazing. So we're going to listen to a piece from Crashlands, the album that Crash did with loads of composers, and this one is by Linda Buckley, and this is Chrysalism. We're back.
I'm not sure if I am back. I think I'm somewhere else entirely. Wow. That was really transformative, maybe is like an overused word, but instantly transported somewhere else.
Yeah. I guess having the name of the piece like Chrysalism in my head, I'm imagining transformation and crystallizing of things. So it's like hard edges and soft and like fast movement and slow. That's kind of what was going through my head, and the feeling of it as it was like moving through me, and then that bass coming in as well. It was gorgeous.
Yeah, it was a big old guttural roar, wasn't it? An experience. I feel like the violin really, for me as an instrument, the violin and the fiddle, they're just pure magical. I don't know how people play them. It's only actually the fiddle is the only instrument I ever had any lessons on, and it still astounds me to this day. So I think for me that the violin, the fiddle, that instrument already pulls on my heartstrings. The like bass came in with the chord changes and it reminded me of a poem that I would have learned in primary school, at 7 or 8 years old, and coming up to Halloween, this kind of feeling for me of coming into the darkness of winter, and all of a sudden that poem was just brought to the surface, and I even then could imagine the kind of the sweetness of the string arrangements were like, really decadent fur coats in this wardrobe, and then there were other aspects, all the things that you hide at the back of a wardrobe. I mean, who knows? Who knows what you're going to find, and that was really powerful and really pulled me in different directions. I really liked the contrast of the sweetness and then almost the sharpness of some things. Was there cello in there too?
I think so. I think it's like, is it like violin, cello, double bass, or is it just? Yeah, and it's like it's a small ensemble, which is gorgeous, which is I think really works for it. Also, like I feel like for me as well with contemporary music, sometimes it can be difficult for me, or my initial thing when things are maybe like their harmony is like stretched out to, it's like quite discordant or whatever way the piece is. But I felt like that one really had a strong melodic chord to it that I was like instantly, and then you got the violin doing those amazing, it took me in a really nice way.
Yeah, it was very, words are not there. Emotive is not even near enough, like something like vivid.
Linda was saying that when we were asking to use this piece, she was saying that the piece was performed at dawn at a holy well in Clonmel, and a herd of cows gathered to listen in the next field.
Wow. Oh my goodness, wow. Because I wondered, I was going to ask about the recording actually, because there were definitely points where there was space and the reverb kind of was quite nice within that. And I was like, oh, the piece is finished. And then all of a sudden, whoa, you're not. And you've really brought instantly back into the world, or that musical world. And that's just, I mean, I'm just forever fascinated by the way people choose to record things and where they choose to record things and how much you feel the essence of a place within the recording. To me, that's always, as much an experience as the music itself, really, if you can, can you imagine?
The space is like so important.
Yeah.
Capturing a space as well and a vibe. As well as the music just being, taking you away into a space. A space within a space. Oh my God.
The song within the song, yeah. It doesn't take us long to lose the run of ourselves, Alan.
Music for cows and space for space.
I hear music for cows. I think there's something there, It might be a very niche market, but like, imagine the butter and the cheese. Like,
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Cows need it too.
Yeah.
It feels like, the transforming into the new year and all the like opening of veils and stuff, and music was definitely doing that for me a bit, you know.
Yeah, maybe it felt or feels like a portal, actually, I think, for me. And that's not just because you'd mentioned the Holy Well. I think I was both drawn in by the violin at the beginning and then escaped into that world very instantly, almost instantly and immediately, where I was completely somewhere else. And I think that's just amazing, really, that music can do that in general, but that this piece was so visceral. Sure, there's no end to the wonders of the Holy Wells, and maybe that's the best way to leave it.
Amazing. Well, Danny, it's been really lovely. Thank you so much for doing this. It's been really gorgeous. It's always nice, it's just something you don't really get to do. Just like, let's sit down and listen to a bit of contemporary music or whatever, you know. And it's also just like a joy being able to open up the space to be like, all right, we're just gonna react to something, which is really cool, you know.
In a very intimate way of the inner workings of your mind, right? Because so often when we're working on music for ourselves or for a record or for a performance, we go through so many stages of writing and rehearsing and finessing, whereas it's just nice to actually hang out, listen to music, and then say how it made you feel, or not feel, or and it's so rare that we get to do that these days. So thank you so much for having me.
Thank you. Linda Buckley's Chrysalism is available now on Crash Records. The title music was taken from A Shell by Ed Bennett. Visit crashensemble.com for more information. Thanks for listening.